Welcome back to Eye in the Sky Drones. We're back with another drone review, drone tip update. Recently, we've been looking at some of the updates for the Mavic 3 and the Mavic 3 Classic. And we already did a small take on night mode to see what you liked about it. But now we're going to dive into a feature that I really like, and that is cruise control. Have you did the update yet? Are you using cruise control? Let's take a look at it right here. As you can see, cruise control takes only a few clicks of the button. You go into settings, you go under control, and then you go down to button customizations, and then you change one of the C1 or C2 buttons to the button of your choice, and you change it to cruise control. So we have cruise control on the Mavic 3, and you may be wondering, what is cruise control? Why would this be useful? Cruise control is something similar to cruise control in your car. When you get in your car, you hit the switch, it keeps going. The same thing holds true for cruise control on the Mavic 3. You set it as to one of your function buttons on your controller, so you can hit it with a tap, and wherever you're pressing the sticks, whatever speed you're going, whether it be left, right, forward, backwards, up, down. You can even do 2 directions at once. You fly in those directions, you hit the cruise control marker, and the drone will keep that speed constant without you having to hold the sticks. Now you may be wondering, why do I need cruise control, or why would I even want to use this? But the answer is simple. When you use cruise control, you no longer have to hold the sticks in those directions. You can focus on what's the most important thing when flying a drone, and that's getting the shot that you want. So when cruise control is set, it gives you more time to put focus and attention to your video skills or your camera skills while the drone flies its route. Nifty little feature, great to use. It's good. Try it out and see how you like it. Here's a few examples of me using cruise control and some of the things that I learned about cruise control. In this scenario here, I'm just fooling around. I have my cruise control set, but I'm just seeing what I can do with the camera while it's actually in cruise control. So you see a little up-down movement. That's just me playing along with the screen, with the gimbal tilt options. And I'm seeing if I can tilt the screen or if I can move it around. As you can see, my course is set at a very slow speed. But that's because I wanted it to go slow so I can have time to fool with the camera, which is ultimately what cruise control is about. With some of the older drones, you can tap on the screen and drag where you want the camera to go. And I wanted to see if this function worked well. Sometimes it canceled cruise control because it thought I was trying to outline a subject. But overall, it still worked, as you can see the camera going to the top right. Here's another setting where cruise control disappointed me a little bit. I have my direction set, and then I tried to yaw the drone while I was coming in at cruise control, but it's not like course lock. The drone didn't keep in the direction. It kept cruise control, but it now kept in the direction of where I turned the drone to. So I straightened it out because that's not the direction I wanted to go in. This was an awesome chance for DJI to set course lock in on cruise control to help get some amazing shots. And they missed it a little bit. But still, I'm able to manipulate the camera and turn it where I want it to go. One thing that I did learn about cruise control that I think they maybe need to change during the update, I hit cruise control. I set my drone in the direction I wanted to fly. And of course, my drone is flying at that set, constant speed, consistent speed, giving me room to focus on zooming in, zooming out, moving the camera. Of course, I'm going to dive off to another section here. While the drone is flying, you can drag that camera and move that camera at any angle you want to. If you remember on the Mavic 2 Pro and the Mavic 2 Zoom, you can press down hard, and even the Air 2S and the Air 2, you can hard press on the screen and drag your camera where you want the camera to move. It's a little tricky in cruise control. If you look at the video I just put, you can see a few times when I tried to do this, it stops the cruise control because I think I was trying to put a box around the subject, but it canceled cruise control. But if you get it just right, you can move the camera how you want it to. But being that the Mavic 3 is such a big camera, it doesn't move around like the older ones do. Older one does by dragging and pressing, but it does do it. It does work. I tried a few times and I got it to work. But one thing that I didn't like about cruise control, I'm flying in my one direction and I wanted to yaw and kind of turn so I can get different angles and still fly in that same direction. It doesn't necessarily set a course lock. So if I yaw the drone or turn it left or right while I have cruise control on, it won't turn and keep in the same direction it was going. Wherever it's facing forward, it continues in that direction, which was a little disappointing. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I got the settings right, but if you look at, I turn, and instead of the drone keeping in the same direction while I'm turned, it continues in the new direction under those cruise control limits. So I really didn't like that, but I can get over it. I can learn to work with my shots to get around that. So that's it with cruise control. I think it's a great feature. It gives a little bit of leg room for you to fiddle with the camera, for you to get your settings right, and still fly in that constant set speed, height, altitude, or limit that you want to do. Have you tried cruise control yet? What are some of your thoughts on cruise control? Did you like it? Did it work out for you? I keep saying this, but overall and all, the Mavic 3 is a great drone. That all the updates, they've really pushed it. It keeps getting better and better. If they put more updates out, waypoints or anything like that, the Mavic 3 is going to be a beast. And I know if they put an SDK out, which I know they're not going to do because they're saving that for the enterprise drones, this will be a game changer. But hey, Mavic 3 is still a great drone. All right, well, I'm signing out from Eye in the Sky Drones. Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Be safe and have fun flying.